I watched the newest Java documentary that is public and available on YouTube. In this video, I give my overview and my perspective for someone who was in the background in the Java industry. I watched the newest Java documentary movie that is available on YouTube right now, and it was great to see and learn, especially in the software engineer perspective. I guess a lot of things that was there people do not know. For example, have you wondered why JavaScript has Java in the name? The decision was not technical but political. The idea was to fight against Microsoft. At that time, Microsoft was against everybody else, including open source. So the Sun Microsystems and Netscape decided to join together to work and promote the JavaScript to fight back against the monopoly of Microsoft and Internet Explorer. That was a nightmare for everybody who were doing web development at that time. Yes, it was super difficult, especially because every version Internet Explorer decided to break something that makes it difficult to survive using Firefox and Google Chrome and so on. So today is natural. We can see that Microsoft has changed his vision about open source, but at that time, JavaScript just exists because Java and Sun Microsystems decided to join together to fight back against Microsoft. Another point is the open source itself. So Java was not born open source because when Java was born in the old age, open source does not exist. However, we could see that time the Java as public available. You could see the code, the source code, you could study the source code, and naturally that was the limitation at that time. And then Java had the idea to have and combine the open source with open standards. So I believe one of the biggest standard in the whole software industry is still Java. So thanks for the JCP that was born that time, we could see several organizations working together. And that's, for me, is the biggest difference between Java and another systems or another programming language, because we usually have one vendor of the Python. If I'm not mistaken, two vendors of C#. In Java, we have a dozen of JVM implementations. Indeed, we have the specifications, the TCKs. So if you wish, you can create your own JVM using the reference implementation that is the OpenJDK. So when I joined the Java industry as committer and then executive committee, it was around Java 7 and Java 8. And I felt lucky because I could listen to the people who was there in the beginning. I could listen to that history. I could meet people like Gavin King, naturally George Saab, and a lot of software actors inside the JVM itself, like Brian Getz, Mark Henho, and so on. And it was great. So this way, everybody was able to see and learn about what I learned at that time. When I started, it was in Java 7, Java 8, so starting to contributing on that time on those specifications. And I can say that Java changed my whole life and my whole career in perspective, because I learned English because of Java. I also start to explore more language. I remember that at that time, Oracle decided to explore Latin America, and it was open opportunity to fly and travel for free if you knew Spanish. Then I decided to learn Spanish to help the community and naturally explore the whole Latin America for free. So it was super fun to enjoy and explore the whole continent. And based on that, I decided to go and explore more language. So I went to French, Italian, and so on. So I become a polyglot person because of Java. And also, I also increased my hard skill because I could learn with the best. So I could learn how to write Java code with the people who is writing the JVM itself. I could write code super efficient because I know how Java works internally. Until become a person who contribute, who's active, and right now as active in several technology boards, has a contributions to vote and decide what is getting or get out inside the Java itself. So I'm super glad to be part of this movie, even a tiny participation at that time. I won awards, if I'm not mistaken. My second and my third one is signed the JCP as the person of the year. So I was super glad to be part of the whole industry. I got, so far I know, I still the only one who got the whole categories of JCP. I'm super glad to be that. And I'm super glad to still contributing and active inside the whole Java and the JVM ecosystem. So my advice to you is watch that movie. This movie is great. And also be part of the Java ecosystem and the Java community, because also it changed my whole career and my whole life. It might change yours as well. So watch the movie. Hopefully you get inspired by that, and naturally be part of the history of the software industry, because Java changed not just our life as Java developer, but the whole industry and the whole perspective to see in several patterns and so on. So, and everything was begun because of the old language. So hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you watch the movie. So please let me know what your thoughts about the movie. I really got inspired and be glad to be part of the story of Java, be part of the movie, a tiny participation, and hopefully it can inspire you to change your career as well. So if you want to learn more about it, subscribe and see you soon.